Well, win or lose, at least I know when my diffs are locked. Cue the intro! Welcome back to the Scale Builders Guild. Thanks again for watching week 5 and the finale of monthly Mayhem Challenge, OMG63 Traxxas TRX6 edition. And man, what a ride this has been. And if you are not familiar with what monthly Mayhem is, I recommend highly going through all of these videos. It is essentially taking an RC vehicle and modifying it to make it do something it wasn't intended to do. And in this case, we've taken the Traxxas TRX6 and made it into a speedrun car. Not at all what you would expect from this truck, but I have to say, it's done very, very, very well. It's pretty surprising actually, and there's nothing more I can say about that. It's fantastic. A couple of the main points of the rules, just so we're clear: you must use the provided Traxxas power plant, in this case the 540XL. What is this? I never remember the name of this. And in this case, the Traxxas 540XL 2400 kV brushless motor paired with the VXL 8S ESC, which is a monster and should be. It goes in the X-Max, so you must use the stock body, trim as desired, and we'll get into that in a minute here. Must power both rear axles, which we've done. And finally, there is a 3 mph bonus for the best viewer voted styling. And this is where you come into play. There will be more information on that at the end of this video, but Proline is sponsoring this poll, so I do hope that you will go and vote for the obvious best looking truck. Before we go any further, a big thank you to Traxxas for providing me and Josh from Harley Designs a TRX6 with which to do this challenge. They also provided the motor, the ESC, and in my case, an extra set of rails. And I'm sure everybody was wondering from last week, is Matt going to be able to finish this challenge and put forward a decent enough speed run with that mangled chassis? Yes, I will. Traxxas overnighted me a new set of rails for the TRX6, and I cannot thank them enough for doing that. Without them, I don't think I'd be at all where I am right now. So a big thank you to them, not just for the rails, but for also providing the great trucks for this challenge and allowing us to do it. It's really great to have partners like that, and I hope that we will continue to do stuff in the future. Another big thank you to Proline for providing me with the Avenger tires mounted from the factory. These are awesome tires. They worked super well, lots of grip, and just the right diameter, I think, to make this truck look awesome. A little recap of the progress of this challenge from one week to the next. In week 1, we set a baseline speed test and found that these trucks did 11 mph in stock form in second gear on 3S batteries. Not bad, not good, just average. And you know, for a trail truck, 11 mph is pretty speedy. Week 2 is where we started to make some modifications, and Josh got to an early lead, getting his truck all the way up to 54 mph to my somewhat pedestrian 43 mph. There were a few wrecks in that week, and a pretty exciting week to start with, if I'm honest. Week 3 saw me take the eventual lead by 1 mph, 57 mph to Josh's 56. It was a nail biter of a week for sure, and I'm actually, truthfully, pretty surprised that I was able to eke out a victory in one of the weeks. I always thought I would be behind. Which leads us into week 4, where I had a massive crash.
Oh no. Oops.
Wasn't recording any data and couldn't deliver a top speed at all. So we went with what I did in one of my preliminary tests, which was 56 for that week. Josh managed to squeeze 3 more mph out of his truck at 4S and got to 60 mph. So we're a little short of our goal. For me anyway, 63 mph. Josh, who knows, probably shooting for 80. But Here we are in the final week, and let's talk about some of the modifications that I've made this week. Unfortunately, a series of major setbacks for me. My 3D printer died over the weekend. I was in dire need of some parts that I had designed and needed to print, had to wait until Amazon could deliver some new parts. So as of last night, managed to get those final prints done, and this is the result. We have redesigned the front splitter or front wing, whatever you want to call this, to have a not rigid mount. This is actually, the mount is printed in TPU, so there's a lot of flexibility built into this. So if I hit a curb, which is entirely possible, at least there's a good strong likelihood that this will just bounce or deform a little bit, but not break off. So hopefully I'll be able to keep it under control. The whole rear of the truck has been redesigned, and one of the things I wanted to do was try to reduce the amount of turbulent air coming off of the back of the cab and going into the pickup bed. Adding these two long straight pieces on either side should give me some more lateral support for, you know, not doing this anymore. Also, I've added a kind of a, I guess I'm calling it a lip to the top of the roof line, and that's designed to keep that turbulent air out of the back of the bed. I've also re-added the exhaust stacks to the top of the bed. I actually think this looks kind of cool. Obviously, the whole truck is sort of inspired by the Mercedes F1 racing team, and I just kind of wanted to kind of make it look like an F1 car, or at least an homage to the F1 cars that are running this year. There are a few jokes here at Josh's expense, right along the front splitter there. Foot goes here, which is an homage to Josh grilling his foot in week 4. So hopefully Josh's foot is healed up by now. I'm sure it's still rather bruised, as is his ego. There is a back decal that says "Smell you later," in reference to me making fun of Josh and how he smells. Other than that, truck's pretty much the same. Oh, I did add a driver too. You can't not have a driver in a truck, especially when it's going at this speed. You need someone to control it. Anyway, a little race-inspired driver in there to kind of complete the F1 look. So there you go. That's it. Nothing else mechanically changed. I did add some vents on the back of the truck to allow any air that's inside the truck to escape easier. Hopefully that does something as well. But really did design that back end to try to keep this truck as planted and as aerodynamic as possible as you can make a brick. My eternal gratitude and thanks to Josh for participating with me in these monthly Mayhem challenges. He is a great competitor, always friendly, always willing to share, and just a great guy overall. I'm honestly just chuffed by these whole competitions, and I'm really glad that he likes to do them too. As friendly as this competition is, this one has been grueling and definitely intense. I'm really happy that I've gotten to this point, and win or lose, it's been a blast. I mean, winning would be nice, but Josh has proven consistently how fast he's able to make things go. So let's get outside, let's get to the testing. If you thought a couple of bent frame rails was gonna stop me, man, you must have me confused for somebody else. All right, 4S, as ready as I'll ever be. GoPro on. Let's do this.
Well, that ain't good. Everything except the front splitter, which I've knocked off every single time. Oh, man. All right, well, let's strip all that aero stuff off and see how fast we can make it go now. Something sounding's a bit grindy in there. I think I stripped the spur gear. This is Mayhem.
Yep, that's pretty smooth. Well, I don't really know what to do. I mean, the truck is pretty trashed again. All the all the 3D printed parts, except the front splitter, came off in that pretty horrific crash, which I think I got some pretty decent footage of. But man, that's disappointing. Highest I got to was 53. I was just starting to get control of it, and I think the aero hurt more than anything. I don't think it helped much. I don't know. Plus, I stripped out the spur. That got stripped pretty badly. These challenges are very hard. That's what she said. For all intents and purposes, I think I might be done. I mean, I could swap the spur, come back out again tomorrow without any aero package, and just hope for the best. I mean, I guess there's no harm in trying. Darn! I'm back, baby. I'm not giving up. We're gonna give it another run. No aero package, obviously. 4S and 6S for giggles. But most importantly, in sort of tearing down and repairing and looking at everything last night, the servo that I had in there, it was the Traxxas high torque one from the budget build. It was seriously messed up, and I don't know how long it was messed up for. It could have been messed up since I put it in there. For whatever reason, the potentiometer or the pots or whatever you want to call it was just not functioning, and here's some video to prove that. So I've got another servo in there, a digital high torque one. This is it. This is the last ditch attempt. We're gonna find out here in a minute. Let's get to it.
All right, last ditch effort. We'll do 4S again. See where we get with that. Hopefully not blowing things up. So we can try 6S for hilariousness. Okay, let's see. Temperature low, light level low, confidence low. Let's just have some fun. That's 60. Progress. Let's go down a couple teeth in the pinion, see what we can do there. It's pretty amazing. There's no arrow at all on it now. And I got just as fast as Josh. You know what? Maybe not change the pinion. I'm on a 20-tooth pinion, and I did get up to 30,000 RPM, so that's right around that limit for that motor, from what I can remember. So let's just go to 6S. It sounds so smooth, even on 6S.
Ah! Oh, on its wheels! Ah!
All right, last try on 6S. It's just so hard to control. It just, like, inertia wants to just spin it all over the place. So here we go. Don't do that at home, ever. Don't put 6S in a TRX6. Wow. I'm gonna show you why. I don't think I'm gonna be able to bend this one back either. Oh my gosh. I'm so lucky that I A, didn't hurt anybody, or B, puncture this battery, which is really dangerously close to not being the right shape. We're gonna have to discharge that and toss it and just be so thankful that nothing bad happened. That's gonna end this broadcast. 60 miles per hour. Please don't do what I did.
So there you have it. We'll find out tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern on the Monthly Mayhem recap on live stream takeover hosted by Josh and myself. And sort of super important that we find out the results of that 3 mile per hour bonus. So I hope you will go and vote. That is on Instagram, on ProLine's Instagram page. On their stories, they will host all 3 photos that Josh and I present of our final trucks, and there will be a poll at the end. Make sure to vote for the better looking truck. This one. And if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell so you get updates anytime there's a new video from the Scale Builders Guild. Hope you enjoyed this series. There will be more to come from the Scale Builders Guild and Harley Designs, of course, as well. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you again soon.